All right.
Are we online?
We are online.
It was me who fixed it. I take 100% credit because I went and asked Alton. So good job to Alton. We'll give
500% credit.
We'll give Alton credit where it's due. Every time someone casts, you know what, HE Fox, I'm back on the stream and I'm gonna police people like you who seem to hate good Magic cards and like dumb Magic cards. So there's gonna be none of dumb Magic cards tonight. So don't you talk to Snapcaster Mage like that. Go cast your, what is it? What's that weird card that he likes from his Manifest Destiny deck? It's like the Samoan girl who's like one colorless, one white, and it's just gangster terrible in every format. Yeah, go cast that card. Gosh. Oh. Okay. So what do we got? We got Calvin on Grixis Control versus Mystery Player.
Okay.
On Death Shadow.
Death Shadow. Yep.
And we have Remy on Tezzeret versus Grixis Control.
Okay.
By the way, just to tell you guys, we do have a Lens player in the room. He's new. I've never seen him before. So we actually do have a Lens player.
Okay.
So that's something to know. Somebody asked about that earlier. But what did we miss? We missed Jeskai Blade actually lost to Death Shadow.
Yep.
Which gives us this matchup of Calvin versus Death Shadow. I will tell you this: when he died game 1, I noticed that he only had Volcanic Island and Island on the board, so fetching the basics was the issue there. And then we saw Remy beat Bryce, and that was kind of just the actuality of, yeah. Is the camera upside down? No, they just put it over there. We're doing whatever. I'm not messing with camera stuff.
This is about as much as we can do right now.
This is the life we've chosen to live.
Yeah.
So, this is a fine matchup for Death Shadow. The thing with Death Shadow is like they can if they go hard and fast. Yeah, I know, but like if they can go hard and fast and they can Thoughtseize and play Liliana of the Veil, like there's a potentiality they can win. Like it's certainly not a bad matchup. I think it's more impressive the Death Shadow player beat Jeskai Stoneblade than it would be him beating Grixis Control. So keep that in mind.
Adam.
So Adam, great. Oh, we forgot to say this. I don't want to say that. Oh, I gotta say one of these lines. I got a can line. I gotta read you from the can. The can says this. Says, join us tonight at midnight, Saturday and Sunday for the Guilds of Ravnica pre-release. Our sealed events are $35, which each player receiving at least 10 packs, and two-headed giant formats for people who don't like playing Magic is $25 per player, with each player receiving at least 7 packs, all for just participating. We hope to see you there. Remember, all these cards aren't going to be great in the good format, so who really cares? But sorry I had to read that. I was paid to read that. Sponsors.
All right. See how close that is.
That's right, Shaman. Oh, he's good. Oh, no,
Death Red Shaman.
Opponents lose 4.
Oh, two-head giant.
I kind of almost want to stay here. I don't even want to look at the other matchup just with the... I just want to, like...
Let's not jinx it.
Touch the camera.
We'll stay here for now.
I didn't get to see the end of this matchup. I was too busy yelling at HC Fox. Who won?
I'm not a doctor.
So, okay. So, Adam won. So, Fish and Ponder. Island Ponder. Okay. Basics going to be super relevant here, obviously. Best play we can see out of Adam, and he's got one part of it, is reanimate Street Wraith.
Yeah.
I see the reanimate. I don't see the Street Wraith yet. I see a Gurmag and a Death Shadow. So, if we see a Street Wraith off the bat, again, it's going to be hard to deal with.
It almost looked like double Death Shadow.
Which isn't bad. He's got Toxic
Deluge. Okay.
That's interesting. I prefer Liliana the Veil, of the Last Hope, not the Veil, excuse me. Because that kills Baleful Strix, and that's what you want to be killing in this matchup. Yeah. So I don't like that card selection, but hey, you know what? Each to his own.
Yeah.
This hand seems a little awkward. It looks like he's got threats, but no way to play him. Yeah, I see 2 Gurmags, a Reanimate, a Toxic Deluge, and
a Death Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think I still would have paid 2.
Tapped. I think definitely would have paid. Interesting. Hope they him my Gurmag.
That's a good draw.
Yeah, Brainstorm.
We're looking at Street Race the best thing. So Edict, which I don't like. I don't like Edict. Again, I Snapcaster and Baleful Strix. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, it seems like some weird cards to bring in.
Yeah, it is. I think my presumption is that he knows Calvin has Gurmag Angler, and these cards like Edicts are for Gurmag Angler, and that the Toxic Deluges are for multiple Baleful Strix.
Oh, it's possible he's a little bit scared about the thought of True Name as well.
Yeah, I think a lot. I saw a Grixis control deck that ran a True Name in the board, which I'm not really thrilled about. You know, I don't know. I think at this point with this deck, I think you want to find that Street Wraith. I think that really everything he's looking for is I need to find Street Wraith so I can reanimate it and I can play my Death Shadows. And then through those lines, as Calvin responds to that, that'll open up the Gurmag line. So I'm a fan of this. I like this. When it comes to this deck, I want to be aggressively reanimating my Street Race against Grixis control, and I want to be aggressive with my Death Shadows.
You bet.
But because like I said, once we get in situations where Calvin can play around Daze and play around Stubborn Denial, like the matchup gets dicier. Fatal Push can kill almost anything. A Baleful Strix that's uncountered can be a problem.
Yeah.
Like so. I get what he's doing. He wants to push the envelope. I think, unfortunately, Delver, I think, is his worst card he wants to see right now.
It's certainly the worst threat.
I mean, Delver's best hope is to eat a removal spell that Death Shadow would eat. And even then, I don't think you want to reanimate your Delver. Something to keep in mind, he's at 17. I think he should be at 15.
Could have been at 15.
He could be at 15, so that's something to keep in mind. I think it's going to jeopardize his Death Shadows because he may be priced into making a play where he has to premature play a Death Shadow that's maybe smaller, that can maybe be bolted or something. But he probably will still wait. But
really interesting because now a Fetch Flan doesn't even turn your doesn't even turn your Death Shadows online.
There's a swamp. There's the gate. The gate's open. So him to Torok. Or he's just playing games.
It looks to be a him.
So here's the Hail Mary play. So I guess he wants to hit a Gurmag.
Yeah, hit a Gurmag and reanimate it. Oh, he took the reanimate and Death Shadow.
That turns on a Gurmag.
Yeah, it does turn on a Gurmag.
Calvin's answers to Gurmag
doesn't feel great if you're Adam losing that reanimate.
I think that was your price to victory was, in my opinion, and I'm going to beat this horse till death, was to be able to play Death Shadow, Gurmag, and Street Wraith all in the same turn. That's what I believe was his price. That's how he was going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got 2 Delvers. I think it's 2 Delvers, and at this point, your Delvers are vulnerable even to Liliana Last Hope, which Calvin may have kept in. But it's going to Brainstorm.
Finds a Force.
Ponder and a Stubborn Denial.
Okay.
I think you put... I almost want to say you save a Delver for Force and you get rid of the other one.
Yeah.
I think you get rid of Deluge too. I think Deluge has got to go. The only way you keep Deluge is if you want to just pay X to lose X life, which I don't like doing. You know?
Not for 3 mana. That seems...
Yeah.
Seems tough.
Cards I would throw away is Delver and Edict. Because you can still Fatal Push Strixes.
There's no 3rd land for Adam, is there?
No, there's not. This Ponder, I think, is going to shuffle. I want to play
Delver.
We can flip the Delver, I guess. Remember, my line was to get rid of the Delver, so... I wanted to actually pitch the Delver to Force, so I took my hand. I think I would have pondered. The problem with the 3/2 Delver is we haven't seen any removal from Calvin, and we've seen a Ponder and a Brainstorm. And here we see Baleful Strix, so this is going to be the first. Now Adam has the Fatal Push for it.
Strix is still annoying, though.
He's redrawing the Edict, so that's something to keep in mind of too. He's redrawing these 2 cards. By not playing the Ponder, he's pretty much not advancing.
So you probably go Fatal Push and Ponder, and then you're saving the Stubborn Denial.
So he put the Gurmag on top, so he's protecting the Gurmag basically.
Very interesting. All right, so here comes Calvin's Gurmag.
Well, like I said, he's got the Edict. See, I don't like forcing this either because you want your Ponder. I mean, you could push the Strix and then you could Edict the Gurmag, I guess.
That's going to take you 2 full turns to do.
Exactly. And to be quite honest,
I suppose you can push and then try to
see in my world.
I was going to pitch the
Stubborn Denial. That's fine. Yeah. See, in my world, we would have pitched the Delver though.
Sure.
And I like that. And also, we keep up Stubborn Denial. So
So here comes the flip. And it's going to get bolted.
And now he's got Ponder and Fatal Push and Edict.
And Gurmag's on the top, correct?
Yeah. And I think he's got to Ponder and get the Gurmag.
Yeah, you have to Ponder, get Gurmag.
Wait a minute.
Well, maybe you didn't have the Gurmag.
That's Toxic Deluge. He had Gurmag. We know that, though, right? He didn't lose the Gurmag.
Didn't get hit by the him, did it?
Reanimate and Death Shadow,
yeah. Maybe he didn't have it.
Maybe we're crazy.
I could have sworn he had a Gurmag.
That was a tapped out upkeep bolt. Hey, you just force a will though. I mean, he had 2 cards in hand. And he was revealing an Edict. If one of those cards is Daze, I think Calvin can live with it. There's Baleful Strix on the board too. I mean, you could argue you didn't need to bolt it because you had the Baleful Strix too.
Yeah.
You'll make him waste his Edict and his Fatal Push. I mean, he's got 3 dead cards right now: Toxic Deluge, Edict, and Fatal Push.
Sure.
And like, there's a Street Wraith that we were looking for this whole time.
A little late to the party.
Yep, absolutely.
Adam is finally unlocked on the top of his deck and should be drawing live, but what he's drawing to, I'm not really sure. Especially if there's something to advance the board here for Calvin.
Thoughtseize. Ooh, this is Calvin. Like, probably just takes the Fatal Push. I think you take the Fatal Push.
Yeah, I'd say Fatal Push is probably the take. Interesting. He takes Deluge.
I like taking the Fatal Push just because it's 1 mana.
Does that mean he has more Strixes that he's planning on running out, or maybe a Snapcaster?
Could be. It probably telegraphs that. I mean, I just don't. Toxic Deluge is just dead right now.
Sure.
Dark Blast in too. That's interesting. Dark Blast is good because it can kill all the Strixes, but I like Dark Blast a lot better, and I like Edict and
right.
Deluge.
Yeah, it seems just like a little overboard for the matchup.
I think you want to be bringing in your Hymn to Torox and your Lay on the Veils in this matchup.
All right. Well, here's a Death Shadow.
He's a 4/4. Should be a 7, so 6/6. So Calvin's got Snapcaster and Brainstorm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not really thrilled about it.
So.
Yeah, I wasn't really. I mean, okay, I wouldn't have failed pushed it. I don't think.
And Calvin did know about the Fatal Push.
Yeah, so Calvin was attacking just so he could.
Edict.
So yeah, he Edict, which is good. Brainstorm, it's a good draw.
Okay.
Floodstrand, Gurmag, and Wasteland. So I think we're gonna send away. I think you got to shuffle your deck. So I think you got to keep the Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Keep the Gurmag, shuffle away the top, and
Snapcaster. Keep in mind the Snapcaster.
Sure.
So he's gonna play the Gurmag, and then he's going to play the Strand. and then Calvin will Snapcaster Gurmag.
Yeah.
So.
But Adam doesn't know about the.
No, absolutely he doesn't.
The snap.
And Calvin's just okay with
this
that.
makes sense. Calvin will have a Snapcaster in play, and Adam will be playing off the top.
Yeah. I think if you're Adam, you tap your Watery Grave and you fetch, and then you pay for that.
Sure.
Because if you draw more Gurmags, like there's no reason to do the full delve here. Like you may as well tap out.
Yeah.
Because like there's no reason not to.
Yeah, you're not playing anything else. Save the resources. In for 2.
6.
Edict.
So he didn't show. That's kind of odd. So he took it. Well, I guess he doesn't want to die, but still.
He's getting a little concerned about that life total. We know there's Wasteland on top, so here comes a crack.
Interesting. Calvin doesn't have any red yet. He's got his Polluted Delta, obviously. Oh, he got Badlands. I didn't see that Badlands. So Reanimate can get Death Shadow. So you're going to be reanimating your Death Shadow. Your Death Shadows are still pretty good. Calvin's got to have something because he's keeping a lot of mana up.
Calvin could just have a Force of Will to hard cast here. It looks like Brainstorm and another card.
S1? You mean it's so versus C. So C. Okay.
Yep, so Force of Will. There's a Strix. That's definitely not what Adam wants to see.
I wonder if you do you still cast that Force of Will if you have Baleful Strix in your hand?
He didn't have Strix, he drew it.
Ponder.
Calvin has Brainstorm and okay, Snapcaster.
I'm assuming Calvin's just gonna bolt. Why is he doing it now?
It's an odd timing.
Like it's not gonna matter, but like it's kind of goofy. So it's Death Shadow and Delver. We'll play the Death Shadow. Can't flip the Delver, so Delver's Belful. He may just die at Baleful Strix.
Oh, he's just dead. He has to shuffle here. He can't keep.
Which is in his hand?
I don't know what's in his hand actually. So if he does have a removal spell, he could keep. But
removal spell, he can kill Baleful Strix and play the Death Shadow. And just
yeah. I think if he doesn't have an answer to a creature, he needs to shuffle and try to hit Deluge for 1.
I don't think he's got another Deluge. He would be dead if he paid 2 of his Water Grave.
True. He would be dead here if he paid 2 for Water Grave.
One could argue he's already dead.
It's looking pretty close.
He's got Gurmag?
Alright, so that's going to be the game.
I'm surprised Calvin snap bolted like that because I think if he ponders and he sees the Death Shadow, he plays out the Death Shadow and then you just snap bolt him and then you win the game.
Yeah.
Like he won the game anyways, but like he gave the guy like a line to like escape.
Right.
He's like, this is what I got. And it's just like, I think Calvin showed his cards a little early. Yeah. I didn't like that. So.
Agreed.
Calvin, if you rewatch this, I didn't like that. That's why you know that.
All right, so
because he's not pondering for a counter spell, that's for sure. You know, he's countering to for heat some action. Oh, this is great.
We got a Baleful Strix stare down, and we'll get the players updated for you. On the left, we have Grixis. Control by
You could have pawned it into like a fatal push in the Death Shadow.
Right.
And then you could play the Death Shadow and fatal push the next turn on the Baleful Strix. I mean, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but still. Like, I mean, Death Shadow player was probably fine. I just don't like Calvin giving him a window. Calvin just presented his window too easily. Like, in the end, it won still, but, like, you know. I mean, there's a world where Calvin's hellbent and he does that, and the guy's hellbent and he does it, and that guy's ponder ends up finding the fatal push and the Death Shadow. You know, or it ends up, or he shuffles because he needs a fatal push in the Death Shadow, and then he blind draws it.
Or frozen.
We mess around with it too much. I kind of feel like we messed around with it too much.
Just transitioning. Might have been too much. Let's see.
USB. What is this again? Let me click this. It's the USB's mouse, so the USB's broken. Try where you're connecting the device. Okay.
Disconnect. Reconnect.
Well, I think he shouldn't have played the Delver. I think if he doesn't play the Delver, I think Delver is like pretty bad in this matchup. I mean, you could argue he lost when the him and Torok didn't line up either.
Grumble, grumble. It's not working.
There's also like a world where those early cantrips find a street wraith and you just street wraiths early, and like puts a lot of pressure in that way.
That's not the one.
Oh. I'm so upset I'm upside down.
How did things get worse?
Should we just close it and...
Yeah, we can close it out and try to...
Let's not change cameras anymore.
Okay.
When we get back in, okay, we're going to close the stream, we're going to come back in. We have a strategy. Yeah, we're coming back. We're going to come back in.
All right. So let's